Arsenal go 9 points clear, waiting for Manchester City to play Liverpool tomorrow at Anfield. Gyökeres made the difference. Kai Havertz made the difference. And also in the same time, I want to mention Declan Rice. There is a lot of things that I want to mention in this game. Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0, a total control of a game. Gyökeres made the difference. We'll talk about that game. We'll talk about how Arsenal bench is so strong. Arsenal now have a record of the team with the most goals from the bench. That is a squad building that Arteta have worked on, of course. And you look at this team, and there's a lot to talk about in this team. From Madueke starting, Trossard to Martinelli coming on, Eze, Norgard coming in, Hincapia as well. And I'm going to say something about Gyökeres. Today, he showed his value to Arsenal. I've been critical of him, but we'll talk about how effective he was today when he came into the game. It's not only about the brace he scored, but we'll talk about that as well. But before we go on, make sure the like button is lit. It looks like thumbs up underneath the video, and it helps the video go to the new viewers. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, of course, and leave a comment below. It goes a long, long way with YouTube, of course. Let me start by saying a couple of things. I know we're going to talk about Gyökeres, and I'm going to start there. When Arsenal scored that first goal and Sunderland opened up, I was like thinking in my head, this is Gyökeres' game. Because Gabriel Jesus could not handle the physicality of the two center-backs. And it apparently, once Gyökeres came on, you can see the outlet that he provides. Now that is the Gyökeres of Sporting Lisbon, by the way. That is the Gyökeres of Sporting Lisbon. That is the guy that Arsenal paid the money for. This is the guy that will battle the defense. This is the guy that will make them run for their money. The defense, of course, of Sunderland or any other team, of course, in spaces, he's very strong. And I thought his touches improved this game massively when he brought it down, made the pass, and drove with the ball. Absolutely fantastic. And the goal he scored, a belter of a goal. What a strike. From when he's falling, what a strike for Viktor Gyökeres. To respond to me, to everyone, we criticize Gyökeres a lot about the games he had. But listen, this is it. If you continue like this, you will redeem yourself, Viktor Gyökeres. You will shut up everyone. Everyone will be silenced if Gyökeres continue like this. Because even the second goal, and I'm going to tell you something about the second goal. It's all about his following Martinelli, anticipating his teammate will get past the defender and will be one-on-one, and him creating an angle. And one more thing I'm going to mention about that goal that nobody will tell you is to keep yourself on side. Keep yourself behind the ball, which is what he did. A lot of players will take 2 strides and they will be ahead of the ball and it will be called offside. Him staying behind the ball is actually what made that goal possible, of course, for Martinelli to pass to him. And I'm going to start by saying Arsenal were in total control for 2 reasons. This guy, Zubamendi, the first goal is a strike to make it go across your body and take the strike in the near post. The accuracy was 10 out of 10. I thought he had a 10 out of 10 game. Genuinely, I thought Zubamendi had a 10 out of 10 game. He was fantastic in the midfield, controlling. Because listen, there is no Odegaard. So they needed a controller because Kai Havertz was playing right next to Gyökeres, kind of like a 4-4-2. And Zubamendi provided that control. So plus his goal, the control. And I kept saying it all this season. We are sleeping on Zubamendi lately. The reason why, you can say Caicedo's this. You can say this guy is that. But Zubamendi is the guy that I think provides one of the most consistent performances across the season. Along with his 5 goals contribution from the DM rule, this is, again, the squad building. When I said that Zubamendi is an upgrade on Thomas Partey, people said, no, get out of here. You can see it now. He provides goals, control, dictate the tempo of the game. He does a lot of things on the pitch that I feel nothing short of an extraordinary for Arsenal. He is one of the reasons Arsenal are top of the league. And no one is going to convince me otherwise. He provides assurances in front of the defense with his by the way, his interceptions and tackles are so underrated. Are so underrated as well. Plus the control, always being an angle for your teammate. That is what he does. Every guy on Arsenal that is pressed, Zubamendi is there to create an angle. Plus that goal, absolutely a magnificent strike. The accuracy, as I said, was magnificent. And this is Mikel Arteta's work. The other guy that I want to mention is Kai Havertz. The guy battles. I know that we have been critical of Kai Havertz, but Kai Havertz post-injury looked different. Energetic. He almost scored that wonderful curve, of course, with his left foot when he drove with the ball. And I thought that he was fantastic today. Of course, he provided that assist. Kai Havertz is a very smart player. And I kept saying this. Since his days at Bayer Leverkusen, he was the wonder kid for Germany. And then he went to Chelsea and we know what happened. And this game and the way Arteta utilizes him next to Gabriel Jesus or whoever striker that is playing, if it's Gyökeres, if it's Gabriel Jesus, he is that guy. He's your second striker. He's your second forward that will give you something that nobody at Arsenal do. The press, he's relentless in the press. Aerial duels, he's relentless in these. And I thought that Kai Havertz, and I was watching today, I'm like, this guy is utilized very, very well for Arsenal. Again, another signing for Arsenal that maybe didn't work out in the last 2 seasons, but you look at this season, come to fruition. Him, after the injury, provides depth. Odegaard is out of the game, and he played very well. Kai Havertz, of course. And listen, I'm gonna say it here now. I think Kai Havertz deserves a start every game. Currently, with his form, deserves a start every single game. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think if Odegaard comes back, do you bench Havertz or you keep Havertz in the team and Odegaard has to earn his spot back? I want to know in the comment section what you guys think. But before we go in the general, I want to mention the general of the game. This guy is day after day is not only his work in corners and set pieces. He can do everything. By the way, he almost scored a wonderful goal with his right foot in the first half. It was a magnificent strike. But there are other things that he does. Covering Calafiori was ridiculous. Covering Gabriel was amazing. Covering Zubamendi, he was amazing, of course. Declan Rice, leadership, of course. At the end of the game, you can see that Declan Rice is the one that knows every position on the pitch, that knows where to direct his teammates. And I love players like this. I've always been someone who admires a teammate. When I play football now, I admire a teammate that knows what is happening behind me. He tells Eze where to go. He tells Gyökeres where to go. He tells Martinelli where to go. He even tells Zubamendi where to go. This guy is a general. He is the unsung hero for this Arsenal team. He is the guy. He is not the captain that doesn't have, of course, the captain's armband, because you can watch him on the pitch. This is the heart beating of this Arsenal team. This guy, Declan Rice. And Mikel Arteta is using him to perfection. And today, there's a couple of things that I want to mention before we move on from Declan Rice. Is actually, he contributed offensively. He made runs in the 18. He was at the edge of the 18. He contributed to the left side. And I think now we are seeing the Declan Rice that started before contributing more to the attack as well as contributing to the defense, because the interceptions and the tackles are magnificent. We all know this, that Declan Rice is so good in reading where the ball is going to go and actually starting an attack when he intercepts. But now he contributes to Arsenal going forward. And that is something probably that when we talk about Arsenal being a little bit conservative, they weren't conservative today. I saw sometimes 6 players of Arsenal inside the 18. Again, Mikel Arteta, as he promised Arsenal fans, he is releasing the shackle. By the way, before we continue, make sure to check out okjersey.com. Use the code MHF15 or MHF only to get your discount if MHF15 is not working, of course. And I'm looking at this Arsenal team. 9 points clear as it stands. With Jesus, Havertz, Gyökeres contributing. I know that Jesus hasn't scored today, but he's contributing to the game. That's depth. Madueke. I think today that Madueke terrorized that right side. And one of the things about Madueke is that he's a magnet to the opposition. He opens up spaces for others. Yes, he doesn't have the output. Yes, sometimes he should do better in crosses. Yes, he should do better in delivering in the box, like what he did in the last game. But I'm going to say this, to be honest with you. Madueke, as a backup for Saka, is providing something as well for Arsenal that, again, this is what they said. He's quick. Physically, he's very strong. He can dribble. He can get past players. Maybe the delivery needs to get better. But I want to go back to mention a couple of points before we end this video. This is Arsenal. This is the Arsenal that people were waiting for years. When people say that Arteta has been here 6 years, this squad today, I saw the substitutions that Arsenal did and the players that came on the pitch, and I'm like, this is a squad. What a squad that Arsenal has built. What a team that Arsenal have built here. To play Sunderland, I know they played 2 games a week. They just played last Tuesday. And to have this energy in a game that I thought that Sunderland, it wasn't easy. But 1-0, Arsenal took it to Arsenal. And Arsenal were defending very, very well. I know there is a mistake that happened from Raya and Saliba cleared, of course. But come on, this squad is so deep. It's unfreaking believable. And this is why when people talk about their favorites for every competition they're in, they're favorites for the Carabao Cup final, favorites for the Champions League, favorites for the Premier League now. They are in the FA Cup. And we don't know what is going to happen in the FA Cup. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Arsenal will win a quad or whatever, all this talk, because it has never done before. But at least Arsenal can grab 2 trophies. At least this season. If it's maybe the Carabao Cup or the Premier League, maybe the Champions League. I don't know yet. We don't know what is going to happen later in the Champions League. But this team currently, as it stands, I think is strongest in Europe. And I've said it many times. And it's not only because of the Sunderland game. It's because of the way they can play. They can play on the back foot, counter-attacks. They can play on the front foot, like what they scored in the first half, of course, when they were pinning Sunderland in their area. They can do the counter-attack, as you saw in the 3rd goal. If you open up against Arsenal, you will concede, which is very, very, very simple, of course, that you will not actually be able to hold them up because of the speed they have, because of the passing, actually. Because I believe Timber can pass, Zubamendi can pass, Rice can pass, and they got runners. They got Gyokeres, they got Martinelli, they got Eze, who can pass and dribble. I thought that Eze was positive. And I'm a big fan of Eberechi Eze, and I want him to do well. Maybe he's finding his feet in this Arsenal team again since he played against Spurs, and he was magnificent. Imagine being able to bring Gyokeres, Norgard, Martinelli, Eze off the pitch, Hincapié on the pitch. Well, I thought that he came on and he contributed offensively to the team. I think this Arsenal team is onto something. Am I going to say they're going to win the league? I'm going to tell you here. Arsenal look like the team now that is primed to win this Premier League. Can anybody keep up with them? I don't think so. Genuinely, I don't think that anyone can keep up with this Arsenal team currently as it stands. Let me know, guys, in the comment section, what do you think about what I said? Let me know if you think this Arsenal team now is primed to win multiple trophies. I want to hear from everyone. But listen, amazing. And I thought they were fantastic. They were scintillating in the game today. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video.